Your voice has to be the loudest in the room. Okay, my pronunciations this morning. Hey, Shatayadaba. Father, forgive me. Nana Akua. Yes, what is your question? Nana? Nana? Question being,
He said,
what is your question?
"Oh, I just really done it now. I don't know what you're asking."
Oh, okay. This is a coaching session, so I need people to ask a question. So if you haven't heard, I'm gonna drop you down. If as you're listening, if you get a question, then fantastic. You can join back up. But for now, this is a question thing, so I'm gonna drop you. Okay.
All right.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Yes. Question. I need questions, guys. So that's what we're doing today. Only doing questions. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Evening. How you doing, sis? You right?
I'm doing good, bro. And you?
I'm alive. I'm alive. I can't lie.
That's all that matters.
How's it?
Thanks for your live and all the knowledge. Honestly, that's so great. So my question, I had put it on the chat, but just use the moment to ask it here. So you're speaking about dismissive avoidance and fearful avoidance, and I had asked, I think it was more related in relation with fearful avoidance, if you would agree that they also find it difficult to say yes or no directly responding to a question, or like they lack clarity in their responses.
Yes. Yes, they lack clarity in their responses because they don't believe that their voice is. They don't believe in the strength of their voice.
Uh-huh.
So they flip between yes or no because also they feel like if they say something, they might want to walk it back. So because they're not assured of their response, they're afraid that if they say something, if they say yes, what if that's not the right answer? That naturally stems from perfectionism. So the perfectionism is also a mask. It's a mask. You wear the mask of perfectionism because then no one can critique you, right? And if they can't critique you, they can't reject you. If they can't reject you, they can't abandon you. If they can't abandon you, they can't betray you. So it's actually a mask, and then it becomes analysis by paralysis by analysis. In reality, what the person needs to do is strip off the mask of perfection. That either way, if you make it, you have to make a decision, right? If it's yes and you get it wrong, you can always walk it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just got to believe in your voice that your
So that
voice works.
so that mask of perfection, would you agree that it is also related to, when people lack are ingenuine or they're not authentic, and they are in environments just wearing a mask so that they are accepted and loved by the people around them? Okay.
Yes, this is called what we call fawning. So if people, anxious people do this too, but fearful avoidance do this a lot, where
Yeah.
they fawn, which is what they pretend they people please by acting. So they actually act. So they put on a pretense of a behavior, knowing that's not truly them, so they can fit into the environment and fit into social groups, right? So that's why when people interact with fearful avoidance, they're like, "Oh my god, they're so confident, this, da, 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 da," but
Yeah.
they're acting the whole entire time.
Oh my God. And that can go for years, right?
Yes. Talk about them phone.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answers.
That's all right.
Don't want to take too much of your time and your knowledge. I know you got a booking link, so
Please, yes, please use it. Please, I want to help as many people. So please,
I may use it once just to come and pick your big brain a bit more.
come on. That's what you got to do. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
No worries, Anna. God bless you.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Indy, talk to me.
Hi.
Yeah, what's your question?
So I have a scenario.
Okay.
So I am an anxious attacher, and I was in a situation where I feel like I self-sabotaged and ended things just because like I got too anxious, and now I'm wondering, how do I fix the situation? So the other person, I would describe them as a securely attached person. And I think because of that, they think that I'm like maybe irrational in my reactions, which could be true. But now I'm wondering, like, how do I backtrack? And because now I understand, like, I realize, I recognize that my reaction was because of, because I was so anxious. And yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, so because you're so anxious, you backtracked. You got afraid of the secure person that you're dating.
Yeah. And or rather that, like, I just felt because he wasn't giving me the reassurance that I desired, I automatically thought that, oh no, he doesn't want me or whatever, and I ended things. And now I'm deep within regret and wondering, like, how can I fix things without seeming like I'm making excuses? Like using the fact that I'm a anxiously attached person as an excuse. And is it like, should I just respect his boundaries and be like, okay, you know what, I ended things, so I should kind of just take my L and walk away?
Okay, so when you say he didn't give you reassurance, did you ask him to give you reassurance?
Yes.
Okay. How did you ask him for reassurance?
So it was a busy season at work for him, and so like communication between us changed drastically, and we weren't seeing each other for about a month, and we had a lot of cancelled plans, and so I would just ask that don't cancel plans last minute, don't and communicate better. And he kind of wasn't. I think his priority at that time was the work project that your facial expressions are making me nervous. Yeah, his priority was work at that time, and it kind of made me freak out.
Okay. Doesn't sound like this person was necessarily secure because he wasn't communicating. Okay, so they weren't necessarily. So they were breaking off things last minute and not necessarily giving you the reassurance verbally.
Yeah.
And then you broke up with them.
Yes.
What did they say?
They didn't say anything for about a week. And then after that, I reached out and they said that I kind of just left them speechless. They didn't, like, it came out of nowhere. They didn't expect it. And I asked if we could maybe talk about it, and he has not said anything in response. So now I'm like, because when someone like pulls away, I have a tendency of wanting to push back. So I want to keep making an effort to reach out and be like, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? But at the same time, I'm like, should I just respect maybe the boundaries that he set up by not responding? Like is him not responding, him setting up a boundary? But also at the same time, I'm like, oh, he's not telling me that he doesn't want to talk about it, you know?
You need to respect your own boundary. It's not
I know, but I don't know if I have any.
That's the problem, and that's why we're here, because you don't make it have any. Which means first thing you need to do is actually to slow down.
Yeah.
You're still running, right? So first and foremost, we need to slow down, because what we need to understand is, what are your wants and what are your needs? What do you expect from a relationship? Because if this person, now you go back to them, right? And we haven't even established that within ourselves. We said we want a reassurance. Okay, but how does that look? What is it we actually need in a relationship? Once we get closer to those things, when we step into a relationship, we don't even have to even say it. It just oozes off us, because we know exactly what we want. If you then get into that space and you realize that person can't offer that, you can walk away. Right now, you can't walk away, because you are now trapped in what I believe is an avoidant, anxious cycle. That person is not secure because they're not communicating with you. This person is an avoidant, because they are avoiding the situation. And that is addictive for you, because right now you are in a position where you are willing to work like a workhorse, because this is going to prove that you're worthy. It's going to prove you're special. It's going to prove that you're wanted. So if you can get him to crack right now, the amount of joy you're about to face, because you're like, I finally cracked him. You ain't cracked nothing.
Yeah.
So I want you to understand, first and foremost, you need to look at you first and figure out, what are my boundaries? What do I need? What is it I need in a relationship? What will make me feel safe? Start jotting that down, right? What actions make me feel safe in a relationship? That's what we're looking for in a relationship. Not just somebody who's going to love me, but someone who also is going to honor me and respect me. That's what I need. But I need to first honor me and respect me by knowing exactly what I need to feel safe. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Now, of course, there's deeper work that needs to be done, but that's the main place I'll start off first. I'll start off by making a list. What are my needs? What are my wants? Jotting that down, and seeing if that actually was even in the relationship. That was, you weren't getting in a relationship, more than likely, two things. You might not have been saying it, or number two, the person probably wasn't able to fulfill that need. Okay?
Yeah. So, are these like the type of things that you touch on in your personal coaching, like how to establish what your needs are? Because I don't think I even know what my needs are.
Yes. So let me see if I can even show you something. I'll have to get my laptop to show you, but let me see. So I do a lot of work with clients, and then I do exercises. We do I do a lot of homework. If you're with me, homework galore. You know what I'm saying to you? Because that's the homework is the best part, because you can actually look at this at your own time, own leisure, own space, and really work through some things. So I'll show you something on my screen. Okay, so for instance, so when it comes to like boundaries, I've done a whole worksheet. You'll see this. You'll see this actually. Hold on, let me do my mirror thing. You want to see it, so let me see this. So let me show you. So you want me to see it all. So look, when I do a whole thing, and I will send this to them. This is a whole fact sheet about boundaries. It has exercises, it has notes, connotations, it has how to say certain things for different boundaries, what can be said. It gives you examples. I give this to every client when we're talking about boundaries, because the first thing we need to talk about, first and foremost, isn't just boundaries. The first thing we actually probably need to talk about is emotional language. It's about being able to formulate how you feel, and that needs words. Then we need to build your emotional safety. That is about then being able to express yourself without the fear of judgment. Then we can start talking about boundaries, right? These are probably the three crux things that are the main things when it comes to solving people's attachment issues. If you can start nailing your language, if you can start nailing your emotional safety, if you can start then talking about boundaries, you will have far more productive relationships. And the first relationship you're going to have productive one with is you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, a lot of this stuff we do this in coaching. We run through this as well. But a lot of the times, I'll be honest with you, the first session that we do always with clients is a deep dive. I go back into the past, because once I know what's happened in your past, we can now link. I will show you the link between what happened to you as a child and what's happening to you right now. Once you start seeing that red line, that red rope linking the two, it's like an aha moment. Then you can also start looking at yourself when you're on your own. My whole thing is to build you to be on your own. It's not to keep you with me forever. I don't need that. I need you to get it to a point where you can really do it on your own and go, I can now start spotting it myself. So we teach you how to do that as well.
All right. Thank you very much.
No
This
worries.
has been helpful. Thank you.
No problem. Don't forget, the email is in my bio, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Serena Love. This must be love.
Hi, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah. My question is, okay, so before I had weak boundaries, just like the lady before. And then I took some time for myself to, really grow and things like that. But then now I've begun to have these boundaries while dating, and dating here is hard. But anyways, so then is there anything such as unrealistic boundaries? And can it kind of make me an avoidant in relationship to, like, make me avoidant to even go into relationship?
So you're saying, can you have boundaries that will make you not even want to go into a relationship, in a sense?
Yeah, like, is it unrealistic? Because there's some boundaries, like spiritual, because I'm a Christian, and just different boundaries that I will, express to that person. And then they'd be like, really? That's a bit unrealistic. And I'm like, well,
Oh,
That's just
okay.
what I'm standing on.
Like so like abstinence basically, right? Not
Yeah,
no sex before marriage. That's a boundary for you.
yeah.
Okay. So yes, those things will take you out of a situation, but they'll also give you clarity on who is for you and who's not. Boundaries are also amazing because they actually eradicate people that are not for you. If they're not willing to adhere to the boundary, they don't need to be around you, which is a good thing.
Okay.
You know, it's a good thing. So yes, you might get into less relationships, but that's probably for the best. It's better to be in less relationships that are not quality and just quantity. It's better to get in those ones that are quality rather than quantity. You know what I'm saying to you? We want the betterment of your quality relationships rather than having many people. So if that is a boundary that had kept people away, okay, then by all means, keep it close to you. You know what I'm saying to you? Just don't let it become. Just don't let it become
Like a
your
shield.
your shield and your identity. You know,
Yeah.
because there's more to you, Serena, than just I don't have sex before marriage. Like, you know what I'm saying to you, but it's still important to you. You got what I'm saying to you. So get to know people, let people get to know you, but that's still important to you. Your boundary is you don't have sex before marriage. It just doesn't need to come out. The first thing you come out your mouth is I don't have sex before marriage. So
Yeah, that's not the first thing I say. No, 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 no. So it's a bit difficult as well because obviously, right?
yeah,
You know, yeah, there's certain Christian who was like grew up Christian and don't have sex, but because I've done it before and because I, let's say, have one child, they'll be like, well, you've done it before, so like, what's the point with the boundaries? So I'm talking about unrealistic boundaries. Like, is that unrealistic, or am I?
no, it's not unrealistic. And the fact that you're asking is telling me that we need to strengthen the boundaries. It's not unrealistic. It's not realistic because what you're saying is, first and foremost, you are new creation. You're a new creation. Okay, we're born again. Okay, all right. That's number one. Number two, God instructs us to do this. Whether you got a child or not a child, or you have 5 kids, even it don't make a difference. God is one that's instructing us to do this. So if somebody then says, "Oh, that's unrealistic that you want to do it because you've got a kid already," they are actually flouting the rules of Jesus Christ. They're not even offending you. They're offending Christ. So there's no room here to negotiate. If that's their thought process, it's a wrong thought process. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, because my friends are saying, "Oh, you're gonna run these people away." I was like, "But I don't want bad people in my life. You get me? And I don't want to be, you know." I've finally got these boundaries in, and I'm finally trying to stand on it with the help of God, with the help of staying and reading the Bible, and like this is what I'm standing on. So I'm glad that it's not really unrealistic. I'm just standing what I believe and the boundaries that I'm putting in place.
Absolutely. And listen, stick to them. It's nothing wrong with that at all. It's what God instructs us to do. So by all means, if you're feeling that conviction, you're feeling that God is leading you in that space, follow that conviction. Follow what God is saying. I don't even like saying word conviction because it's the wrong word. Follow what the Holy Spirit is telling you. Stick to that because there's life and death in the tongue, but there is also the spirit of life when we follow the Holy Spirit in the law. We don't follow the law, we follow the Spirit, and then by following the Spirit, we fulfill the law. So stick to what the Spirit tells you. That means be ready to respond when the Spirit speaks to you, because there are some moments where the Holy Spirit will instruct you and let you know. And when He does, when I say He, but when God lets you know, just be able to respond. That's it. You know what I'm saying to you? That's all you need to do. So yes, enjoy the conversation, enjoy people's time, but you know for you that that's a boundary for you. And if they say they can't work with that, you say, fantastic, not a problem at all. I gotta go my way. Your ability to hold your boundaries is what's gonna make you beautiful. Men value women that have boundaries. Men do not value the women that don't have boundaries. We use them. Let's just be honest. I won't lie to you. So the moment that you don't have boundaries is the moment you get thrown in the trash. So don't think that you lowering your boundaries is you doing them a favor. You're doing no one a favor. You're doing yourself a disservice, and He will use you and move on. Okay?
Oh, thank you. This is my first time coming up on any live. I followed you as well, so thanks.
By
I
grace.
appreciate it.
My email's in the bio. Book yourself a session if you need it, and then we'll go from there. All right?
Yeah, definitely. All right.
No worries. Lessons. Yes. Is it Finesse Ayana? Because no one thing I'm gonna kill a name, that's for sure. One thing I'm gonna do is destroy a name. I think it's Finesse Ayana. I've muted you, sorry. So that's you can unmute yourself.
Do that. Sorry.
Right, my fault, I muted you.
Alrighty. So my problem seems a little bit trivial after hearing all that. That was awesome. What you said in the last to the last person. But excuse me, I am a little bit nervous. But this situation just actually happened last night. So I was going on like a 4th date with a guy, and but he was working because he's a DJ.
Okay.
And so when I got to his house to meet him, there was like 2 other girls there, and one was really, really, really nice, and we got along really, really well. And the other girls like immediately took a nap as soon as I got there. And I was like, okay. And then we ended up going to the venue and everything. And it was pretty cool. But that girl, she just did not like me. Ultimately, what happened, she ended up dancing with him like when he was doing his DJ set, like behind the booth. And I kind of felt some type of way about that. And he told me he wanted me to be really communicative with him. But then when I did, he told me that he can't like regulate my emotions, as if I was insecure about her. But it was more so that I felt like some type of way about her behavior. And he said that there's nothing going on between them, but it's been bugging me all day. So
Okay. So what's the problem with her behavior?
that she was standoffish, and maybe like it seemed like she really didn't like me that much. And also, let me preface this by also saying his friend, like he told me, yeah, like when you meet my friends, they don't play about me. So I'm like, having the expectation that maybe his friends, will actually try to get to know me a little before they become standoffish, like at least say more than just hi. I don't know.
Okay. So
Hello, bro.
hold on. Please mute yourself, the couple, please. So the issue that you're having is around the girl not being friendly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess so.
What's really the issue?
I think that is the issue. It kind of gave me vibes like she likes him or something, and I wasn't trying to get in between anything. That was just an awkward situation.
So because it was awkward, that's why you said something.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Why didn't you talk to the girl?
Because it's his friend. I don't know. Maybe I should have come.
The issue's not with
And
him.
also, I wasn't trying to cause drama because he was working. I don't know. I need some insight. I've been thinking about this all day.
The insight is when you're actually being truthful about how you really feel. How do you really feel? The fact that she was not inviting, what is the true sentiment of how you feel about the situation?
I guess it makes me kind of like it reinforces an insecurity I already have that people don't like me.
Okay. Continue.
I mean, I think that's just it. I don't know.
Okay. So for you, you feel like there's an insecurity that people don't like you. Okay. So
Well, I mean, that's as deep as I've been able to get about it when I was writing. Like, why does it bother me? Because her friend was so friendly and inviting, and like I was chatting with her, but then when I would try to like incorporate the other girl in the conversation, it seemed like she was just not having it. And then for her to go back and like dance when the guy that I'm on a date with, I guess, is on his set, I just thought that was really odd. And also she was like kind of standoffish, but she told us it was because she was tired. So I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know.
okay. So why is the guy being pulled into this again? Because again, this is something that she did to you. So why didn't you discuss it with her?
I don't know. I just felt like it would make me seem like I'm being dramatic, or I didn't want to appear as if I was trying to cause problems.
And why would that be the case? If it ends up that you guys have a discussion and it doesn't, she goes, babe, no, it's cool. Maybe I was having an off day. Why does it have to end that it might be that way?
Like I said, maybe my own personal insecurity about just not being liked.
Okay. So that particular sentiment in that respect, right? And the reason why I'm pushing that is because you chose a path of least resistance. You went to the guy. And I'm like, the issue wasn't the guy. The issue was the girl.
Right.
Right? He didn't do anything. And you went to him instead of just going directly to the source. So you actually kind of passively behaved, because you, instead of going directly to the source of a conversation, you were trying to avoid the confrontation. But now you're in another conversation because now he didn't honor how you felt. And now you feel unvalidated, and it's very painful.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. I always take the path of least resistance in general,
Why do you do that?
because I don't like confrontation. I like to be nice.
And what is the meaning behind you not being confrontational and you being nice? If you were to confront someone, what would happen?
A difficult conversation, I guess.
And
I don't know.
what do you? No, you're on it. You're on it. Trust your voice. Trust your voice. You got this. Don't deviate. Trust your voice. There is no really wrong or right answer here. So I want you to trust your voice. If you didn't have that conversation, and it's a hard conversation, what does that mean?
Then that if I didn't have it,
If you do have it,
if I do have it and it's a hard conversation, at least both parties will at least get to express themselves.
okay.
So that would be a positive outcome, honestly.
So what makes you afraid in having that difficult conversation?
I'm not sure. Something I gotta look into.
Okay. Okay. So, the reality of the situation is, right? When we are afraid of conflict, we are afraid of another result. It's not the conflict we fear. What we fear is that we fear that we will be either rejected, so our needs and our wants won't be met. The person won't hear us and they won't validate our needs and our wants. We are afraid that we'll be abandoned by this conversation potentially, or we're afraid that we'll be betrayed, right? In this case, I think this one is the fact that you feel like your needs might not be met. What's really the point? Also probably feeling like, you know what, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to do too much,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
So that feeling of not being a burden, not trying to do too much, the problem is you are doing too much. Because now you've done too much. Now you went to him instead of going to the person, you ended up doing too much. The very thing you feared has now become the behavior you've done. Because whenever we act out of fear and not love, it tends to go left.
You're right.
Right? So if again, and the whole point of these conversations that we have with people is about putting us in the best position for our own boundaries and our own benefit. So if let's say for instance that young lady, now you see her again, right? You're going to speak from a place of you actually, this is how you feel. It doesn't mean it is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying to you? So when you're having that conversation with someone, you can say, hey, look, you know what? When we met in a club, for me personally, first of all, it's good to meet you, you know what I mean? But second of all, when we met in a club, I got a little bit of a sense of feeling that maybe you might not like me. But that's just my sentiment. That's how I felt. And then because I felt like you might not like me, I kind of kept my distance from you rather than actually having a conversation with you. You get what I'm saying to you? And so actually then that person now knows, okay, hold on, she's mature enough to come have a conversation with me. You know, she's let me know that obviously that she might have felt some type of way, right? About our interaction. Okay. And then she can then go from there. If she then says, oh, I don't care about you, then you now know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But either way, I'll know. But actually, I'm not going to know because it ended up with me blocking and deleting this guy from my life.
Why?
Because I just felt like like you said, did too much. And then he also said that I would be like, it would be push him away if I relied on him to be my emotional regulation. So I just like, well, you ain't got to worry about me. And then I just, you know.
Is this the first time?
What do you mean?
Is this the first time that something like this has happened?
No, actually, I would say maybe the second time that this has happened. But I didn't feel like I was asking him to be my emotional regulator. That's the other thing. He took it upon himself to be like, oh, I think you're the most beautiful girl here. But that's not what I was worried about. But I don't know. I mean, what I was worried about probably was making him be my emotional regulator.
What were you worried about? You still have
not being liked, essentially, right? Liked,
but when you told the story, that is not what you told us to. The story that you told us of where you got to was that she was dancing on him, and that's what you started feeling some way.
Well, yeah, that really is what set it off. Like when I saw her dancing with him at the booth, I was just like up in arms at that point.
Oh, you see,
you know what I mean?
This is what this is why I kept on asking you.
But I didn't act out. I was very like quiet about it, kind of. I don't know.
That's fine, but that's the issue. That's the reason why we have this issue. Yes, the first part is that she, wasn't sure if you liked you or not, whether you liked her or not. But the actual real issue is, how did you feel when she was dancing on the guy that you were dating?
It just it made me feel like she was lying that she wasn't tired. And I'm like, okay, well, like if you're lying about not being tired and that's why you're standoffish, then... You know what I mean? Because I don't care who dances next to some guy that I'm on my third or fourth date with. You know what I mean? That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is that he takes his friendship so seriously. And I feel like there's pressure in that situation. And then this friend don't like me and it's in my face. I don't know. Maybe I'm just all over the place. You tell me.
I think you need to start being honest. That's what I think you need to start doing. I think you're trying to be very demure and you're trying to make it out like, and it's like, that's not what you're really feeling. And when you're not being honest about how you really feel, you're not going to really get to the bottom of what you're really feeling, because we're not really being honest and looking ourselves in the mirror. It's okay to say there's certain feelings that we have. Like if I'm dating somebody, even if it's a third date, I don't even care if it's a second date, blood. If I'm now dating you and I'm out with someone and that's your friend, and then I see you whining upon skin, I see Batty and I see Peanuts being whining.
Okay, you're right. I was a little jealous. I was jealous. Okay, is that what you want me to say?
Yes.
I was jealous. Yeah,
because get to.
But I'm not trying to. But I didn't feel like, oh, that's my man. But I guess maybe deep down inside.
Even if it's not, it doesn't. Listen, it's okay to say that you were a little bit jealous in that moment. Yes, it may feel like that, you know what, maybe I can't say it because I don't have any claim to him. That's not the point. The point is how you felt. You have to honor how you felt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Jealousy is not a problem. People think jealousy is a problem. It's not. Jealousy is signifying something to you. It's letting you know there's a message. It's the expression of jealousy and how we express it that becomes the issue. And so jealousy isn't the issue. We all have these things. When you first start dating, when you first start liking somebody, yeah, and I've had these moments, you first start liking somebody and you see someone else come across them and they're talking to them a little bit too friendly. You're like, oh, are they together? You start getting a little bit jealous because you think you've just found someone that you like. And so now
Right.
it could be somebody's about to come in and interrupt that flow. Of course you're going to feel some type of way. But if you don't honor how you actually feel, now you got to tell me a whole bunch of stories that were nothing really the truth of what was really what you're feeling. We're not going to get to the bottom of it because we're going to keep putting things in front of it. And
Right,
that tells me that the bigger issue is not even him and that girl. The bigger issue, as you said yourself, is the insecurity, is actually your emotional safety, how you deal with difficult emotions, how you regulate yourself when you feel like you are feeling stressed. What do you do?
Run.
And at that point, listen, sis, I need you to book a coaching session because I can't go any further. Okay, my
That was
email is
good.
my bio. Book a session. We're gonna go and take this further because we need to
I
go
got
deep.
you.
You know, I need to go backwards with you, and I don't want to do it online. We need to go
Yeah.
backwards because what you witnessed, I'm not saying that you're wrong. We have to validate how you felt. How you felt is how you felt. There is nothing wrong with how you felt. That doesn't mean it's necessarily the truth, but it's your perception of what you saw. And there's a way to deliver that to somebody in order for them to understand that. For instance, let's say me and you are talking and I see you out and I see you with another dude. Now, in the past, I might have done what you did. I'd have been like, is that what we're doing? I'm a person that's going to get even. I'm gonna get another girl and whine on her too. I'm that kind of person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that shows me that I'm not comfortable with the anxiety that I'm feeling when I see you with somebody else. Rather, if me and you are already dating, I can have a conversation and say, hey, I can't even lie to you. Look, when I saw you out there, I was a little bit jealous. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw you there, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit jealous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not saying you should change anything, but that's how I just wanted to let you know I did feel a little bit of jealousy in there, you know, and you look good. So, you know what I'm saying to you. See how I still delivered it? Now, I've let you know. Now, if there is a boundary issue, let's say, for instance, there is a genuine boundary issue, like maybe the friend, you're not sure about the friendship relationship, then you can answer, hey, I'm just, you know what? I just wanted to find out are you and this person, have you guys been in a relationship before? You can ask that because you saw what you just saw. If nothing had happened, you wouldn't have said nothing. But now you've seen them dance on each other. Like, hey, I just want to make sure, you guys, is everything cool between the two of you? And if they say yeah, now in your mind you already know what you're doing. You put them on notice. You're now paying attention because you can't be a fool. I'm sorry. I'm a person that also you can't be a fool. I trust people, but I'm not going to be a fool. If I've seen something that seems a bit off, because I'm going to tell you this now, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not about to whine on somebody else. I don't care if they're my friend or not. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I
I'm
get
not going
you.
to make mixed signal. So rather than rushing into saying, oh, just let's end it, I'm going to be like, okay, cool, I hear you. But I'm going to let you know this particular behavior for me doesn't make me feel emotionally safe when I see that you guys are friends and you guys are whining. Hey, you can do whatever you want to do, but for me personally, this doesn't work for me. It doesn't make me feel emotionally safe. And it's
Right.
about keeping that composure for you, okay?
I feel that. I'm gonna definitely book a session. Thank you so much.
Come on, man. It's not a problem at all. You done well as well, and I know it was not easy, so well done. All right?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Okay, D Kabul, do you have a question, brother?
Hello, friend.
Hello, do you have a question?
I speak French.
I speak English.
Where are you from?
I haven't got time for those questions. We're asking questions. It's a coaching session. Do you have any question? If not, I have to remove you.
Hello.
Hello, do you have a question?
No, me, I know I speak English fine. I speak French.
Okay, brother, I'm gonna have to remove you. I don't speak French. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming up, but I'm gonna have to remove you because I
You know
don't
Cameroon?
speak. I speak English. So if you can speak English, that's fine. If you need to speak French,
You know Cameroon?
I know Cameroon, but if you're not got any questions, I will have to remove you. I appreciate you coming up, but this thing dang. Thank you. Sorry, we're about to waste time, and I don't have time to waste. I want questions. I need people to ask questions. A coaching session, guys. It's coaching sessions. You know what I'm saying to you? We ain't got the time. Brother was just coming to waste our time. How do we book? Send me a message on, and I'll send you a link. Send me a message in DM. I'll send a link as well. Unless you guys can go to my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, there's a link straight away there. But if you send me a DM, I will send you a link as well, guys. Okay. Anyone else with questions? Anyone else with questions, guys? Anyone else with a question, guys? Anyone else with questions? I would like to know. Do I do couple coaching? Yes, I even did one session today. So yes, that's another thing. If you are married, especially if you're married, I want to give discount for you. If you're married, I want to give discounts for you guys. Because I want married couples specifically, because I believe we need to solve those issues. I don't want to see anyone get divorced if they don't need to. So listen, if you are married already, you need to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? I have married couples that I deal with as well. And if anyone wants to ask why I'm able to coach married couples, because it's very easy. The reason why is because I'm not solving your marriage. What I'm solving is the issues that individuals have within a marriage. There's no difference. Like, there's still two people who need to learn how to have a relationship with themselves, and that's why they're relating to the other person in a particular way. So we don't solve the marriage, we solve the individual's relationship with self, and then we bring understanding, okay, about the way that we interact, okay? So that's why. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Someone said about my credentials. The only credentials I have is what you see. I don't have any credentials. The only credentials I have is what you see. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have any credentials. The only credential I have is what you see. It's what I've studied and what I've applied. Last year, I spoke to 300 clients last year. Simply on this. All we're solving is the issue of self. That's all we're solving. Relationship with self, and that's it. And it's all about just being able to apply the tools. And I've had to go through my own situation, so that's where I can learn as well. What areas, topics do you specialize in? I specialize in attachment styles, boundaries, situationships. If you're in a situationship, that's my bag. I love a good situationship. I love that. You know what I'm saying to you? And yeah, those are the main ones. And then emotional safety and emotional language. So those are the things I've kind of really studied as well, in those areas as well. So if that's your thing, that's where we need to be. And that underpins a lot of everything that happens in relationships. So when I'm coaching people, I'm really trying to get them to see what is it that they really feel. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I did with our good sis here. I made sure that I wanted to keep asking questions. You know, what is it that are you really feeling? Because most of the time when people come to me, let me give you an example. A lot of times when I deal with clients, when they come to me, they'll tell me what they're going through. And actually, they've never been asked, I shouldn't say never, they rarely are being asked questions that causes them to dig deeper into how they feel. Because the reality of the situation is we are acting upon what we feel. Okay, so if you can analyze, if you guys send me a DM, if you're interested in coaching and you want the link, send me a DM now. I'll reply after this live. So if you are interested in coaching, send me a DM after this. Send me a DM now. I will reply after this live and send you a link as well. Okay. So the whole point of the matter, is that with relationship coaching, what I'm trying to get to the heart of the person is we need to build your capacity to be able to start looking at you. Let me give you an example of someone who is, and again, this is a loose analogy. If you walk past a mirror and you walk past it naked, forgive the thingy, don't think it's dirty, just keep your mind clean. Shout out to you, Finesse Ayana, thank you. If you walk past a mirror, okay, and you walk past it naked, yeah? If you can stop and you can look at yourself and you go, I just love me. I just love what I'm looking at, right? The reason why you're able to do that is because you're loving yourself. You may see the handles, you may see certain parts, but you say, I just love me. A lot of us can't look ourselves in the mirror naked. One, because we don't like what we see. That's exactly how we feel emotionally. A lot of times people don't look at themselves emotionally in a mirror. So what ends up happening is that when they get into the mirror, they walk right past it or they have a quick glance. And it's because we're not comfortable with ourselves. So that's what we build in coaching. Yes, Miss, is it Vive?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'll be killing people's names. Yes, Miss Vive, talk to me. What's your question? What's your dilemma?
So sorry. I'm really, really anxious right now, but that's okay. My first time speaking. This has helped me quite a lot. So I thought maybe to bring one of my scenarios here because it might help somebody and also helps me, obviously. Been working on myself. I'm an fearful avoidant, recovering fearful avoidant, I like to call it. And my question, which is included in this scenario, is I gave money. I'm a big giver. I gave a load of money to a friend of mine, male friend of mine, and this was last year sometime, and he was supposed to be paying me back within like a month. You know, he was really desperate, that kind of thing. I'm a bit funny about giving money anyways, because I'm aware, like I try not to be stupid. Anyways, because he's a friend, because he was in a dire situation, gave the money. He told me he'll pay me back in a month, which obviously he didn't. During that year, he was flying out, I think at least about 4 or 5 times, bought himself a new Range Rover, and we're still hanging out. I was trying to be, balanced about the situation, giving him time. Giving him the money, I said to him, I don't like asking for money back. It makes me uncomfortable. So and that's one of the reasons I don't give it. So if I'm giving you this, don't make me ask for it, give it back. And he was, very, yes, of course, all of that. Anyway, it gets to about the end of the year. I bring it up in a way. To be honest, I was very angry to see him flying everywhere and buying whatever, and he's Mr. Enjoyment. Oh, babe, I don't even want to tell you how much. A couple of grand, let's just say that. And then when we go out, he would say things like, "Oh yeah, Miss Rich, Miss this," like really talking about my expenses. And obviously, like I just work hard and I save my money and I do what I've got to do, but that doesn't mean that, do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, that type of person. But I noticed that all of a sudden I'm kind of being put into like this miss money bags or whatever, and you're not paying me back. Anyway, a few situations happened where we went away on holiday, and he said he would pay me back half. Never did. I kept quiet. Then we went out, and he was trying to get money out of me to put down for tables. Yeah, obviously, when you go out, boys will bring around, other girls. I'm one of the friends, so it's not that. But you want me to be putting down, yet you're dancing with all these girls and they're going to be drinking for free. So obviously for me, I'm looking at it very, very different. And at that point, he already owed me the money and you haven't paid me back in months. So I said no. That was the first time I was, putting a financial boundary in place and being like, hell no. Anyways, once again, invites me somewhere and ends up being unreliable. I end up being out of pocket. And it's just like, he just wasn't fazed about it. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm losing money. So I notice these things. And one thing about me, if I start losing money around somebody, it's already a red flag for me. Cause anyways, it's been over a year and I just blocked him. I didn't speak about it. I didn't do whatever. I just blocked him. He's been calling me, he's been messaging me, like really, for me, I find them emotionally manipulative messages talking about, oh, he thought we're friends and I'm being childish and what's the issue and all of that. So I took it to my therapist and my therapist kind of confirmed, because because I'm a recovering fearful avoidant, I really check on my avoidance more than anything, because I can tame my anxiety. But my avoidance, I find like it's so easy for me to go there. So I was trying to check whether I'm being bad for avoiding and not actually having that conversation with him. Because in my mind, nothing's going to change. I feel like I've cut off the money as a bad debt. I know whether he pays it back to me now or not, I'd never want to be friends with him anyway. So isn't it easier to just put that, just never speak to him again and just get on with my day?
So, I mean, listen, I beforehand, I used to always say, cut your loss, get out of there. But I think if we're trying to heal our attachment wound, I think one of the best things to do, I mean, listen, I think one of the best things to do, if you're comfortable doing this and if you believe you can maintain that boundary, is to actually message them what you feel. And when I say message them, what I mean by that is it's like it's not a message to get them to respond, to pay, or anything like that. It is a message to release yourself of what you feel. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of times what ends up happening is when we avoid it, yes, we've avoided it, and yes, we've moved on, and yes, we've let it go, which is important. But what ends up happening is, like I was saying earlier on about delayed reactions, because we don't actually train ourselves to say certain things. And now we think that there's no point saying it because he won't listen. We don't want him to listen. What we want to do is we want to be able to say it so it's off our chest. And also, so you can practice also saying it. Now, this can be done two ways. We can actually send him the message, or we can just write a letter, so that we can actually practice releasing that thought. Because if we don't practice releasing that thought, it won't be money next time. It will just be another situation where we're like, you know what, I can just avoid it. But we actually can't do that. You know what I'm saying to you? So there's an aspect of training ourselves to be able to learn how to speak up. Because the reason why this actually happened, trust me, this happened to me. So I have an auntie that still owes me thousands. I don't want to say it still hurts my soul to think about it. Thousands. And that was an auntie that I thought was cool. So it's when we all have those moments, right? So I think there's a need to maybe not message him. Let's craft a message. Let's write a letter and craft it in a way that's going to explain how we actually felt about the issue. Because what we can't do is pretend we don't have issues.
No, absolutely. I feel violated, and the moment I felt like, it's actually funny because I picked that up in your last coaching session, and I was just being honest with my feelings about it, and I was like, actually, I feel very violated about this situation, so I have to do something about it, you know. So no, I agree.
Yeah. So, and that violation is anger. That is pure. Anger. You feel angry because you've been violated. That's what anger does. It tells us we've been violated. So what we need to do is allow those emotions to tell us the message of what's really happening with us. And so there are going to be more than just anger you're going to feel. You're going to feel some other emotions that are going to come with those, with you sitting down with yourself and really looking at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, what do I actually feel? And then we have to ask another question after that. After written a letter, we've got to ask another question. Why is it that it takes me to this point before I can really express how I really feel? Because I'll be honest with you, you was a target. And there's a reason why you're a target. Because you also was not in tune with your body and your emotions. The two were not combining. You become an easy target that way, right? And he saw it, just like my auntie saw it. Right? They see you as being naive and you just believe in the goodness in people. And that is fine to believe in the goodness of people, but they can see that there's a lack of boundaries. So when they see that, they take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's where the work gets done after we've written the letter. We start working backwards to go, okay, fine, that's happened. But now we need to think about, why is it that when this thing happened, you know, why was I reacting the way I did? Okay, why did I do this? Why did I do that? What was my boundaries like at that point in time? Okay, me giving him this amount of money, I trusted him, but was there other red flags before this point that I ignored about his behavior that maybe I ignored because I just saw it as a friend, but I actually wasn't trying to go deeper with it? That's what we need to start looking at after. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. No, I do. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Come on. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I said, my email's in the bio, so feel free. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I don't know how to get off. Sorry.
That's all right. No, I got you. Don't worry. I got you. I'll do it for you. There you go, sis. Yes, Rosie. I know you're muted. Sorry, Rosie, go for it. Oh, are you there, Rosie? We ain't got you, Rosie. You're muted, by the way, Rosie. So we can't hear you. You are muted, Rosie. You are muted. Okay. Rosie will have to come back. She's gonna have to come back. I think she's having problems. Okay. Yes, great gadget. Hello, Great Gadget.
Yeah, hello.
What's good?
Yeah,
What's the
everything good.
question?
Yeah, everything good.
Everything good. What's your question?
Oh, actually, I just joined the live, so I don't know what's going on over here.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's this is not panel talk. This is a coaching session. So I'm getting people's dilemmas. So that's
Oh,
Thursday night. We'll have panel talks for that. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, I've been I think I'm one of your followers. I've been your fan. I met you I think we met in Ghana somewhere.
More than likely. Probably I was dancing, wasn't I?
Yeah, I was dancing on Ghana Street, so I met you somewhere.
Mm.
So I would love to join your coaching, whatever, to know what is going on.
Okay. Well, I'll put you in the crowd, and you can listen as we're talking. It's just it's dilemma day today. So people are giving me dilemmas, and I'm trying to solve them and stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put you down there.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Hey Siri,
Hello, Shan.
play Welcome to the Party by Pop Smoke. Let me fucking recharge. Bad enough, bruv. Enough thinking. Hey Siri, play Pop Smoke. Recharge.
And you're on.
I'm recharging, sorry. Oh my god, I'm fine. Hey Siri.
Shan, you're on.
Sorry. Put on Christian Dior by Pop Smoke. Look, I'm changing the song. Fried. Lord protect me. I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm gonna get ready and look lame. I need to try to find company. I'm not sitting in all day. It's anyone. Let's get this. Let me do my hair.
Shan, you're on live, you know.
This. I'm not sitting in silent. I'm not being in my thoughts. I'm too fried.
Oh, I mean, I like Pop Smoke too. I can't lie to you. Poor sis didn't know she was on live. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's not staying indoors. Shan, we can hear you, Shan. I hope you know that we can hear you, babe. Whatever you're about to do, don't do it. It sounds like you're about to, don't be inside. Just message somebody. You know what I'm saying, Chi? Okay. Some internal dialogue was serious. The internal dialogue was a lot still. So I hope she's okay, Shan. I hope she's okay. Any other thoughts? Any more questions? Sorry, guys. Any more questions? Any more questions around attachments? Anything like that? What's your thoughts? Any more questions about boundaries? I will answer them if you've got any more. If not, you have to leave it there. Any more thoughts, guys? Any more questions? Okay. All right. Listen. For anybody out there, again, I will. If you want to book some coaching, I've put the link. Just DM me, and I'll send you a link. As well. Okay. So, yes, Finesse, I hear it. Trust me, we're gonna have the sessions. Trust me, we're out here. Okay, as well. Look, we have to be able to, and as well for those of you who put the coaching as well. What I do as well, every session, the notes are personalized. I give a lot of work back. That's why the coaching is the way it is. I want to make sure that you guys got a lot of information. So whenever we finish a coaching session, there is extensive notes that I give. Probably like 4 or 5 word pages, of notes on just the notes that we have from the session. I give exercises. Then I give journal prompts as well, okay? And then I give analysis of attachment as well. So really and truly, it'd be like 10 pages sometimes. It's a lot. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's supposed to go beyond the coaching. The coaching is 45 minutes long. You're not going to get everything off on your chest in 45 minutes. And I'm not going to be able to coach everything in 45 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So it's important that I give you as much information to be able to work. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So you can be able to work and really be able to do work as well. So again, if you're a couple, if you're single, if you're divorced, if you're married, whatever it is, we will help, because again, it's about relationship with self as well. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, look, I think my time is up. Okay, as well. So For those of you who obviously have been participating today on the session, thank you so much. I want to also, oh, by the way, the live, the live will be back up tomorrow on this YouTube channel. Let me just show you the YouTube channel so you guys can actually see it, because I know you guys have been asking where the live will be put back up. So I will show you if you are here. So the YouTube channel is on LBB91 Coaching. If you go on there, I'm putting up the lives on there. I've put up 1 or 2 already. I'll put up some more. I'll put this live up by tomorrow as well. So this live will be up tomorrow, okay? So you can rewatch it over again. So by tomorrow evening, it'll be up on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't done so, go and subscribe to the channel, LBB91 Coaching. Whenever I do the lives on Monday night, they go on here so that you can actually watch it back again. Because I know a lot of you guys asked me for the video again to rewatch it, to be able to take the notes. So it will be on there, okay? So if you haven't done so, go and subscribe to LBB91 Coaching, okay? Go and subscribe to that channel. It's my second channel actually as well. So it's just so that you guys can get the highlights of the show, because we can't save it on TikTok. So make sure you guys are going over to there, okay? All right, subscribe to that channel, all right? Okay, and we will definitely be able to, you can watch the video back again as well. Don't worry, Finesse, you are good. Your voice sounds fine. Nia, thank you for subscribing as well. We appreciate you. Okay. All right, audience, we're going to be back on Thursday night. Thursday nights are our panel session talks. This is where we have open discussions. We are talking on Thursday night. I haven't discussed what my topic was. It was, because we just done a series on men and women and discussing relationships. So this Thursday conversation, it's always in that same lineage. I think I'm going to talk more. Again, I think I want to talk a little about the state of dating in 2025 right now, and what I feel like both sides need to start doing to make sure that they're in the best position possible to start really dating in 2025. Because I know it's not easy. I know it's not simple. But if we start doing this conversation to get you guys into the best place possible as well, I think it'll be helpful. Okay. So we'll talk about that on Thursday night, and then Monday next week, we do our part 3 of this series. Monday next week, we do part 3. We are talking about how to heal the boundaries. So I've done a whole presentation on that as well, on healing that aspect as well. Okay, so a lot of times, because actually I do a whole, listen, this is my notes, guys. I have a whole presentation that I do. So when I'm talking, I have presentations. So my notes and everything, I present it. I've done my presentations. Every time I do a live with you guys, I have whole presentations. So I do need to build a community where I can do a community tab for you guys so that you can actually start accessing maybe the PDFs and stuff. But I have to figure that out, how I'm going to do that as well. Yeah. So I'll figure out how I can do that for you guys as well. Okay. Now that might be through Patreon. I can't lie to you because there's a lot of work that I have to put it behind. So that might be on a Patreon. So I might do that for you guys. By the way, I'll figure that out. But again, thank you so much for everybody who joined today. It's an amazing session. Well done for those who were brave enough to come up onto the panel, share their problems with us, and share their dilemmas. It is important that we keep building a safe environment for everybody here. Thank you for those who were in the chat. We were respectful, we were kosher, we were clean, we were cute with it, and I appreciate that. I always want it to be that way, So thank you for being respectful to everybody here around you as well, okay? We're going to definitely bounce now. So, okay, folks, be easy. We will see you again very soon. Much love, much appreciation.